Hello, my name is Darwin, and today I'm going to talk to you about Hawaii Creole. Okay, Hawaii Creole, also known as Pidgin or Hawaiian American language, is a Creole spoken by around 600,000 people, and it is also spoken as a second language by around 400,000 people. This Creole was strongly influenced by other languages like Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese, and of course English, American English. Why? Because of the immigrants and workers who arrived to the islands during the time of the sugar plantations. Okay, it is spoken around the Hawaiian archipelago, and now we are going to talk about the classification this Creole has. Okay, in culture, three circles of English it can be located into the outer circle because it has been strongly influenced by English, and their native people speak this Creole, and that's the reason why we can identify or classify it into the outer circle. It is also because it is not a rule English established in other places. So for that reason, it is located in this part. This part. Okay. In mayors and classification, we can say that it is a peripheral non-standard variety. Why? Because as we know in her system of standard and non-standard Englishes, she mentioned that Creoles or pidgins will be located this part or these classifications. So, this moment I'm going to speak about some features we can find between the Creole, Hawaii Creole, and the Standard American English. These features we are going to talk about the use of some articles, multiple negations, topicalization, and some phonological features. Well, articles sometimes are not used in the same way in standard American English and Hawaii Creole. Why? Because they have some words. They have two words to be specific. They have two words to refer to the definite and the indefinite article. They have for definite article they have the word da as we can see in the example, and for indefinite article they have the word one. Okay, so when Creole, where people using Creole, Hawaii Creole want to say they use the word da, and as I said before, when they are going to use the indefinite article a, they use one. Good. So let's talk about multiple negation. What is another morphological and synthetic feature in which they use multiple negation in the sentence or their statement in order to focus or to reinforce the negation or the connotation of the negative issue. Okay? As we can see in the example, in the three examples, they use double negation in order to reinforce it. Okay, topicalization. They usually use more than one subject in their sentences. They Creole normally, although they use in the examples we can see, for example, in the example number one, they use my father and they also use he. The number two, they use my sister and they also use she. This is also, I think, behavior usually Creole has or people who speak Hawaii Creole have. Another thing is that they don't use so much the the pronoun it. Instead of using it, they use that kind or that thing, as we can see in the example number 4. Another feature is that they normally use object pronouns where they have to use subject pronouns, as we can see in the examples 5 and 6. And other feature we can identify is that they normally put gender to inanimated things. As in the example 7 and 8, they are speaking about the store and the class. They double the subject. They use he for the store and they use she for the class. Okay, phonological features. In phonological features, we can find a set of features. For example, they normally don't use they normally don't pronounce the last consonant at the end of a word which have a just one sound. As we can see in the examples on the screen, they don't use or they don't pronounce the last consonant in words like kept, act, soft, last, cold, spent, and kids. They don't pronounce the the last consonant. For example, in kept, they pronounce it as kept. In act, like act, and they don't pronounce this last consonant. Another another features among other features we can find that they don't pronounce the r when there are two r's in a word and the next syllable has an r. They don't pronounce it. For example, in program they pronounce it as program. In library they pronounce it as library because they have like this rule. Also, they pronounce the th like t or d. As we can see in the examples, they pronounce think like think or thick like thick, and they pronounce father like fada or other like ada, this like this, and that like that, like that. And we have some examples on the screen, and another feature is that they normally pronounce different the T and the D before R. Examples in tree, they pronounce it as tree, and in drive, they pronounce it as drive. Okay, let's talk about some implications and connotation of English or Hawaii Creole among people, okay, among Hawaiian people. These languages or this Creole has a lot of influence on Hawaiian people. Why? Because it helps to the intercultural communication in a lot of ethnic diversity. They try to to preserve the Hawaiian as an official language. They use this Creole for the tourism, not, because it is easy to communicate with English speakers. As we know, English is a global language, a lingua franca, and it is used by people from around the world. So maybe tourists don't have problem to communicate their English with this Hawaiian Creole. Okay, so thanks for watching. This is all. I hope you have learned it as a lot as I did, and I am going to share you some references. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye bye.